evening. Welcome to Newsnight live on Metro TV. My name is Nakwali Kwote.
And mine is Samuel Agyemang.
Here are some headline stories. President John Dramani Mahama assures the international community of free and fair elections at the ongoing UN General Assembly. A deputy minister of finance downplays envisaged economic policies of the flag bearer of the NPP, describing it as unrealistic and untenable.
The Ghana Union of Traders Association raises the red flag against foreign invasion on the Ghanaian market, calling for a quick intervention by government.
And on the foreign front, South African political activist claims innocence of charges that he laundered the proceeds of oil ill-gotten public contract. Details coming up in a moment.
We begin from New York, where the UN General Assembly is taking place, and President John Dramani Mahama has described Ghana as a more unified country than ever before after the demise of the late President Mills in July this year.
Speaking at the 67th regular session of the UN General Assembly, the Ghanaian president did not miss words when he assured the international community of a free and fair general elections in December.
President John Dramani Mahama first conveyed Ghana's deepest appreciation to the international community for their support during the funeral of the late President John Evans Atta Mills.
Ghanaians were touched by the many heartfelt messages of condolence and the glowing tributes that poured in from all over the world. Those messages of goodwill strengthened us and enabled us to transcend the adversity of an occurrence that was unprecedented in the history of Ghana. Professor Mills was a dedicated and honorable statesman.
President Mahama said, despite the numerous challenges confronting Africa, some major successes have been chalked on the continent.
The number of countries engaged in conflict is steadily decreasing year after year. And as that happens, we are also witnessing a steady increase in the number of countries that are governed along democratic lines. In fact, 3 of the African countries that lost their leaders this year, Ethiopia, Malawi, and of course Ghana, experienced seamless and peaceful constitutional transitions of power to a new leadership.
On foreign policy, he reiterated Ghana's call for the lifting of embargo on Cuba.
We wish to restate our support for an independent, prosperous Palestinian state, coexisting peacefully with a free, stable Israeli state. We also reiterate our position to the continuous blockade on Cuba and call for an immediate lifting of that embargo.
As Ghana heads for the polls in December, President Mahama promised a free and fair election during the period.
When it comes to transparency in the electoral exercise, Ghana is in fact held up as an example of excellence. We're just a few weeks away from conducting our 6th successive presidential and parliamentary elections. As president, I wish to assure the international community that this election too will be free, fair, and peaceful.
He added that Ghana is among one of the few African countries hailed for its impressive economic performance with a record of the highest GDP growth in the world.
Last year, of the 10 fastest growing economies in the world, 6 were African. Ghana, my own country, posted one of the highest GDP growth rates with a final outturn of 14%. Foreign direct investments amounted to some $1.5 billion across the various sectors.
President John Dramani Mahama assured that Ghana will continue to be the gateway to Africa.
Now on politics, the parliamentary aspirant of the opposition New Patriotic Party for the Boko Central constituency has vowed to revolutionize development in the area should he get the nod to represent the constituency in parliament. Alhaji Alhassan Haruna, who beat his 3 contenders in the party's recently held primaries by a commanding margin, has however extended a hand to those who contested with him and lost in a bid to unite for the common good of the party. He spoke to Metro News' Thamsin Jaukumi.
The New Patriotic Party primaries in the Boko Central constituency afforded bold personalities desirous to contest the seat in the upcoming general elections the opportunity to stand as MPP parliamentary aspirant. The seat became vacant after the embattled MP of the area, Adamu Dramani Sekande, was sentenced to 2 years imprisonment for perjury. In all, 4 persons made up of a woman and 3 men contested the party's primaries. They include the Deputy Managing Director of Metro TV, Alhaji Alhassan Haruna, who eventually emerged winner of the intra-party contest.
It came to me naturally, simply because I did quite a lot of work with the delegates to let them understand my message, to let them know what I can bring to Boko. Much as I didn't grow up there, that message sank in.
And in a contest in which his wife-in-law defied the odds to contest him, I asked him how he felt.
Immediately the contest ended and I was declared the winner. Certainly the 2 other brothers were quite happy. They came to me. The lady, I told her, come on my wife, let's get moving. Much later, as at 2 days ago, we spoke.
Alhassan Haruna also commented on the political dynamics of the area and how he will manage to make it work in his favor.
The seat is not that unsafe to NPP. It is a very, very good, safe seat for NPP. Sometimes you do get some aberrations, which normally makes somebody sneak through. That probably was why my younger brother, Mahama Ayariga, got through.
On what he makes of the level of development in the area, this was his response.
I am really ashamed at what I see anytime I go to Boko. The reasons being in that the conflict has taken a greater toll in the region. So the area has suffered enough. There has been total underdevelopment there. There is massive unemployment there. There is massive total neglect. That is the way I see it. And the Boko that we used to know, which had happiness, hard-working people, most of them, especially the youth, have left.
Alhassan Haruna polled a total of 287 votes to beat his closest contender, an in-law, Gabiani Adbanwa Abugri, who managed 133. Alhaji Mohammed Tahiru Nambe and Baba Seidu Isahaku obtained 68 and 21 votes, respectively. Thompson Jaukumi for Metro News, Accra.
Come December 2012, over 500 candidates will be contesting for seats in Parliament. With convincing campaign messages, constituents have to decide who represent them for the next 4 years. For all the electoral dynamics on your constituencies and your candidates, watch Constituency Profile. Constituency Profile, showing soon on Metro News.
Now in Parliament, where after a statement read by the Minister of Tourism, Parliament unanimously agreed that the tourism industry has been neglected for a long time and needs funding.
Here's a report by Rashid Adams.
The tourism sector in Ghana has over the years been underfunded and underutilized. The situation may, however, soon be rectified as plans are in place to transform and revamp the industry.
All over the world contributes to some of the world's most innovative sustainable energy initiatives. These include energy-efficient upgrades in aircrafts, the shift to renewable fuel for aviation and cruise liners, promotion of eco or green tourism, energy technology solutions in hotels, including the use of renewable energy such as the solar energy.
Members of Parliament on Wednesday reiterated the role the industry plays in the country's economy and criticized the seemingly fading interest in the tourism industry, which is believed to be killing the industry.
In this country, tourism provides links between different people from different parts of the country. Maybe when we go to the various festivals, our festivals may provide a spectacle, but what it really does is that it provides us with an opportunity for intra-ethnic cohesion in this country.
We've spoken a lot about job creation, Mr. Speaker. We know that tourism holds the key. We've spoken a lot about incomes redistribution. And Mr. Speaker, it is only through tourism that income can easily be redistributed, revenue be distributed to areas across the breadth and length of this country.
Powering sustainable development. Mr. Speaker, that encapsulates a new dimension, a new outlook, trying to draw linkages between tourism, agric, construction, services, energy sector to ensure that the resources that we have are used in a way that will ensure sustainable development. It is very, very important for us to understand.
This year's World Tourism Day themed Tourism and Sustainable Energy, Powering Sustainable Development is to create awareness about the importance of the tourism industry to national development and also provide an opportunity for stakeholders to showcase their tourism potential. The Committee on Lands and Forestry also submitted its annual report for the year 2009. Parliament resumes on Thursday. Rashida Adams reporting for Metro News.
During the consultation stage of National Health Insurance 2012 on Monday.
And the Ashanti Regional Police Command has arrested 2 armed robbers for engaging in series of robberies in the Kumasi metropolis. The suspects are said to have been engaging in their nefarious activities at Asokwa, a suburb in Kumasi. 2 other members of the gang are now at large.
The gang, a car-snatching syndicate, has been plying their activities around Asokwa and its environs between the hours of 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. succeeded in robbing a number of taxi drivers. According to the police command, the syndicate hires the services of the taxi drivers and in the course of the journey, snatched the vehicles from the drivers at gunpoint and used the same taxi to rob other unsuspecting taxi drivers and passengers and later abandoned the taxi cabs. The Ashanti Regional Police Commander named the suspect as Sulemana Isifu, 35, and Kojo Amwenin, 25, who are all unemployed and ex-convict.
They mostly operate at Asokwa area there. Their modus is that they hire a taxi, they get to a point, and then snatch the taxi from the driver. And everything in the taxi is taken away. If they don't get much, then they use the taxi to go on robbery spree.
DCOP Augustine Jenny said the 2 are currently in police custody, assisting investigations, whilst a search has been mounted for the 2 others who are on the run. The police command entreated taxi drivers to be extra vigilant when driving around and also be wary of the kind of passengers they pick along the road. Beatrice Spiro-Gabriel's report for Metro News.
Welcome back. In business, the Ghana Union Traders Association of Ghana has once again raised concern about the persistent invasion of the markets by foreigners. They are calling on foreigners to set up industries in Ghana instead of retailing, which is a preserve of Ghanaians.
Per the GIPC Law Act 478,
Retail or small-scale businesses in the market is reserved for Ghanaians. Some foreigners have, however, invaded markets in the country, a situation which has led the Interagency Task Force of the Ministry of Trade and Industry to lock up some shops which belong to foreigners. But the members of the Ghana Traders Union, who are dissatisfied, say foreigners are still in the business of petty trading, and this, they say, accounts for the depreciation of the cedi.
The imports that is coming into the country by these foreigners is making the cedi depreciate the more, because when these things are sold, they change the money into dollar and they take the money to their countries. Now the foreigners are manipulating the dollar for us.
The union is suggesting a more comprehensive approach to handling the invasion of foreigners in petty trading.
If the relocation has to take place, then what we are saying is the same. They are in the buying and selling, wholesaling business. At least bring industries, factories, proper investing, so that people of Ghana can get benefits of it. Because if they have to do buy and selling, when they are coming, they bring their drivers along, they bring their cooks along, they bring even their foodstuffs along.
They called on government to put in place measures to ensure that laid down rules are adhered to.
We've had information that they are in the process of acquiring more lands, acres of land somewhere to relocate, but we are signing a note of caution that Guta is not interested in foreigners who come to do general trading in our economy. And for that matter, we will insist to make sure that trading should be a no-go area for these foreigners.
According to the traders, other ECOWAS countries have laws protecting their businesses, and Ghana must emulate this to protect its businessmen and women. Sarah Foyeje, Metro News, Accra.
The Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, Dr. Joseph Annan, has officially launched the publicity campaign of the 7th ECOWAS Trade Fair to be hosted in Ghana from the 24th of October to the 4th of November 2013, with the aim of picking a commodity in each region, developing it and increase production for exportation.
Trade fairs have been recognized worldwide as one of the effective tools for promoting intra-regional trade. It is in recognition of this that in the 1992 Council of Ministers passed a resolution to organize the ECOWAS trade fairs. The main aim of the ECOWAS trade fair is to develop a new infrastructure and communication in trade, develop unity and promote intra-community and national exchange among the sub-region.
Basically, what we have said to ECOWAS is that let every country come in seeking to promote at least one or two major commodities. Okay, so for instance, if Ghana chose agric, we want to come in, for instance, with the product yam and beat up interest in yam and make sure that within the sub-region it becomes a top-notch saleable commodity.
The Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, Dr. Joseph Annan, who officially launched the fair, urged the participating countries to use this opportunity to move the ECOWAS region to match them up to scale with the world market.
We must all therefore prepare to participate in the 7th ECOWAS Trade Fair with a view to contributing to the growth and development of all the economies and peoples in this region. Ghana is certainly going to position herself to maximize sales in certain non-traditional export commodities and also promote other products and services which are strategically known to be part of our growth agenda.
Ghana has barely 1 year to prepare for the hosting of the 2013 7th ECOWAS Trade Fair. For the 2013 ECOWAS Trade Fair, each country will pick a commodity and increase its production.
And in sports tonight, a fitness health walk aimed at enhancing healthier lifestyles within the suburbs of Kokomlemle and Newtown has been staged in Accra.
The Kokomlemle fan club consists of over 70 residents of different ethnic and religious backgrounds and was formed with the aim of supporting each other, particularly in time of financial difficulty. Keeping healthier lifestyle was recently adopted by the leadership of the social group as a way of cutting down on medical bills of members who are mostly located in the suburbs of Kokomlemle and Newtown. To further stress on the need for physical fitness, the club over the weekend staged a health walk in Accra, numbering about 60 in the company of a brass band. The participants on a bright morning walked from street to street amidst singing, led by their leaders and some fitness instructors. The park centered the 2-hour health walk within the vicinity of Newtown, Caprice, and ended the event at the based in Kokomlemle. George Ose Obobi, who is chairman of the fan club, mentioned in an interview that the health walk is long overdue.
Everybody knows walk is life. It's just like taking water. Walk exercises the body. So the little sweat that comes out, you know, I believe this walk is going to strengthen our lives and even give us the necessary energy that we need.
In entertainment news, after days of waiting, fans finally got the opportunity to groove and dance to old tunes that made waves back in the days. The Empire Entertainment event, which took place at the Dome of the International Conference Center, attracted music lovers from across the entire country.
The much-anticipated concert finally took off at around 8:30 p.m. with a long list of artists whose songs kept our clubs and music stereos on in the 1990s and the early 2000s. Taking the stage to give audience sounds from back in the day were the likes of Aketechi, Exdo and Chicago, Keteke, Abrewanana, Obrafour, and many others. Even though the dome wasn't full to capacity, the audience couldn't help but sing along to some of the tunes and display some dance moves. Some of the stars from the early years were happy to be part of the show.
The way the fans responded to me, the way they were dancing to my music, it made me feel good.
That is wonderful. I mean, I enjoyed myself seeing all these guys that we started together, and it's been ages. And tonight, I saw each and every one of them. We shook hands, we embraced, we hugged, we chat backstage, and it's an awesome feeling.
The event was also a platform to honor producers such as Sab Mallet and Hammer, who had helped build the music industry.
I appreciate I like what these young guys are doing. But back in the day, they were really doing good music. I believe back in the day, they put more into music because the technology wasn't like this. Now it's quite simple to come up with a song, so they take it for granted. Back in the day, you needed to pay good money, get a world-class studio, and get your music out.
Despite the low turnout, fans who attended definitely got their money's worth. For Metro News, Dominic at the Voice report.
Next up, Ghana speaks on abortion.
Abortion, really, unless I'm persuaded that it would amount to a crime. At the moment, I believe it's a woman and her body.
Without it being legalized, people are still abusing it. What if it's been legalized? We all know there are exceptional cases where if the pregnancy is giving the mother problems, the pregnancy could be terminated just to save the mother's life.
If we had our way, we would offer it to many people who need it, because it will end up like saving their lives here.
Abortion to me should be accepted only if the female has a problem.
People will go about and be aborting, and I think abortion should be legalized
so that people wouldn't go and be aborting just like that.
Abortion shouldn't be legalized because it would encourage the youth to continue getting pregnant because they feel that there is a law to protect them.
In open forum tonight, Kwame Appiah says President Mahama will make good his promise to ensure peaceful election in December. Ghana needs it.
And Smile Ibrahim says the state of STC is bad. In the not too distant past, it was the #1. So why do we have to destroy everything owned by the state? Recapping our top stories, President Mahama assures the international community of free and fair elections at the ongoing UN General Assembly.
Workers of the State Transport Corporation have given its management an ultimatum within which to pay outstanding salaries or face their wrath.
A deputy finance minister downplays envisaged economic policies of the flag bearer of the NPP, describing it as unrealistic and untenable.
The Ghana Union Traders Association raises the red flag against foreign invasion on the Ghanaian market, calling for a quick intervention by government.
And South African political activist claims innocence of charges that he laundered the proceeds of ill-gotten public contracts. That does it for Newsnight. Many thanks for your time. My name is Nakwali Bote.
Mine is Samuel Agyemang.